Today I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the stranger awards that are out there for the Cubs section in particular. This is the Athletics Plus Activity Badge. You may remember that there is an Athletics badge, and this is the Athletics Plus, which has this little trophy here, which is the only distinction between the two badges. Um, I'd like to point out the fact that essentially this is a very odd badge. There are levels to different badges out there. There are staged badges, which are the blue ones that have a number upon them, and there is actually what's known as the Activity Plus badge, which has it's a silver circle that you put around badges that sort of show that you have gone the extra mile in that badge. So, for example, if you have got, for example, backwards cooking as a badge, you can get Activity Plus and put that around the badge to show that you are an expert in that. And when you eventually get to Scouts, you can actually get a gold circle, which is to do with being an instructor and being able to instruct lower sections on that badge. However, for some reason, Athletics has got its own badge as Plus, as opposed to just being Athletics Plus. Uh, Sorry, yeah, it's very odd. So how to get this essentially is take part in 6 of the activities in this table. This is the events here. Take your best 4 scores, and if the points you score add up to 8 or more, you get your badge. So as opposed to almost every other badge in, I'd say every section below Explorers, that being Scouts, Cubs, Beavers, and Squirrels, this is quite a competitive badge in the sense that you have to actually be a certain speed and a certain competency to actually get these badges. So oddly enough, this is quite an obscure badge, and very few people really know its significance. However, if you do have it, the people who know, it's quite impressive because you need to be able to do at least 6 of these to a certain amount, right? And it reminds me a little bit more of perhaps like a cadet force than anything else, having a certain level of physical prowess. I'm not sure if there's any inbuilt leniencies for disabilities and things like that. I'd say it's down to mostly the scout leader. But I don't really see this as a badge that you can particularly run as a Cub Scout leader. It's going to be one of those that someone who's very proactive, a Cub who's very proactive, might ask you if they can have this badge and provide some evidence. So it's one that I personally have never seen in the wild, despite all my years of scouting. And I find it kind of strange that it actually exists, given that there's already that silver ring sort of activity plus badge that can apply to any activity badge. Um, and you'd think that potentially this could be the basis for a staged athletics badge, where it was sort of like, Athletics 1 would be the original we saw in the video I covered regular athletics badge on. And this would be like Athletics 2, this would be Athletics 3, this would be Athletics 4. But that's not the case. So if you are a Cub Scout and you're listening to this, or you're the parent of a Cub Scout, I'd say try and get this one actually, because if nothing else, it's a bit competitive. And in actuality, there is in the Cub Scouts to get your silver award, you've got to complete a personal achievement, sort of a personal um, like challenge, basically. And if you set yourself the actually getting this badge as your achievement, that might be a way to get around it and get that sort of Chief Scout Silver Award more easily than might otherwise be the case. That's all, though, for the Chief Scouts sort of silver in terms of badge, and for this badge as a whole. So good luck with it. All the best. Talk to you later.